Every sunrise is a reminder that you have another chance to be better at whatever you're doing right now. Just push yourself because no one else, literally no one else, is going to do it for you. All you need is to believe in yourself that you can do whatever you want to do. You can be fluent in English. You can be a better person. You can have a good personality. So, on this positive note, let's begin today's session. Hi everyone, welcome to Skillfident English Academy, and I'm your mentor, Namita. This is a space where we try to build our English fluency by using self-learning methods. And along with that, we keep working on our personality, we keep building our confidence. So this is a space for those learners who don't have time to join institutes, who are not interested in joining classes, who want to learn English and build confidence on their own. So this place is just for those learners who are serious about learning English and who are serious about becoming a better person. So today's session is all about learning to speak English nicely. Now I know that many of you have picked up a few words, a few sentences, some phrases from here and there. And mostly the place where you go to learn English is YouTube. So you listen to other speakers, you listen to podcasts, you listen to some audiobooks as well. So you pick up some little bit of words, bits and bits of sentences from here and there. You have grabbed that much of English, but you don't know how to exactly use it, or you don't know how to use them to polish your English. Today, we are going to work on those little words that you have learned and try to put them nicely into sentences. So this is a self-learning session where you are going to speak English along with me. And once we are done with this session, you are going to test yourself. You are going to see if you can speak it on your own or not. When I'm speaking a sentence, try to pause the video and repeat the sentence along with me. Today we are not going to do a lot of sentences, but whatever 15, 18, 20 sentences we are doing, you will notice that they are very useful in everyday English. It doesn't matter whether you're in school, in college, you're working in a corporate or some other sector, you're a homemaker, you have a business of your own, you're a freelancer. Nothing at all matters here. It's all about interacting with people, and these small phrases are going to help you interact in a better manner. So let's begin, and before that I want all of you to sit with a notebook and pen so that you can note down. As I mentioned, that only serious learners will take away the maximum benefit out of these free sessions that I upload on YouTube. Let's begin today's session on a positive note. Somebody has invited you to their place, or somebody has given you some task to complete. Somebody needs your help. So you simply end up saying, I'm busy. You have heard so many people saying that, oh, I'm busy. Instead of simply saying, I'm busy, you can say something like, I'm tied up at the moment. Repeat it with me. I'm tied up at the moment. A simple I'm busy is very casual. The nicest way, the polite way is, I'm tied up at the moment. I'm a little tied up at the moment. I'll do it later. Something like that. So try to speak it along with me. I'm tied up at the moment. Another scenario is you're sitting in the classroom, or suppose you're sitting in the library and there are a lot of books in front of you. There's one book which is on another corner of the desk. You ask your friend to give it to you. So you simply say, give me that. You've heard people using, give me that, give me that. Now instead of saying, give me that, you can say, could you pass that to me, please? How polite does that sound? How nice does that sound? Could you pass that to me? You're cooking something in your kitchen, you want a ladle or you want a knife, you can say, could you please pass that to me? Or Could you pass that to me, please? Could you pass that to me, please? Is a good way of asking for anything from someone. I hope you're noting things down along so that you don't forget these sentences and use them as often as possible. Your friend or your sibling has shared some idea with you, like maybe how to pass the exam or something like that, and you don't like that idea. You simply don't like that idea. So instead of just saying that's stupid, we usually end up saying, oh, that's so stupid. This is, you're not liking it. The idea is not really appealing. So you end up saying, that's stupid. You can say, I don't think that's the best approach. I don't think that's the best approach. So instead of saying that's stupid, casually, we can say very nicely or convey our thoughts very beautifully to somebody by saying, I don't think that's the best approach. Note it down. I don't think that's the best approach. I don't care. I don't care is something which is used repeatedly by all of us. We end up saying, I don't care after everything, talking to a friend or partner or parents. We always say, I don't care. Now, instead of saying, I don't care all the time, you can say, it's not a priority for me right now. It's not a priority for me at the moment. Yes, you can replace your I don't care with it's not a priority for me at the moment. It will not sound harsh, it will be polite, it will be nice. It's not a priority for me at the moment. Your boss is telling you something related to your project in the office and you're not getting it. So instead of saying, I don't understand it, or even in the class, the lecturer is trying to deliver the lecture and you're not getting the content. So you simply say, I don't understand. Instead of saying, I don't understand, you can very nicely say, can you please explain that to me in detail? Or simply, could you explain that a bit more? Let's simply say, could you explain that a bit more? So say it very nicely to your teacher, to your boss, or anybody you're interacting with. Instead of saying, I don't understand, could you explain that a bit more? Could you explain that a bit more? Sweet and nice. You're trying to concentrate on reading a book or you're studying and your sibling is talking non-stop. So the first reaction usually is stop talking. We end up saying stop talking to a friend or sibling or anybody. Instead of saying stop talking, you can very nicely say, could you lower your voice a bit? Could you lower your voice a bit? It won't sound harsh and you can be very nicely conveying your thoughts by saying, could you lower your voice a bit? Don't say immediately stop talking. Could you lower your voice a bit? That's it. Stop disturbing me is a very common phrase that we end up using when somebody is bothering us. Or stop bothering me is a casual way of conveying our disgust to someone. Stop bothering me, stop disturbing me. Now, there is a very beautiful way of conveying this in a very nice manner. You can say, I need a little space right now. How nice it is. I need a little space right now. Give me a little space at the moment. So always say, I need a little space right now. I need a little space at the moment. You don't like somebody's point of view. You end up saying, that's a bad idea. That's a bad idea. Isn't it very common? You heard somebody else speaking it, so you also paste it. You say, that's a bad idea. Say, I'm not sure if this is going to work well. I'm not sure that would work well. I'm not sure that it would work well. So instead of saying bad idea or anything which is harsh, say a very nice sentence like, I don't think it is going to work well. Okay, now wait. Wait, a small expression, but we say it quite often. Wait. Instead of just saying wait, wherever you're using it, say, would you mind waiting a bit? Would you mind waiting a bit? Isn't it a very simple and nice way to say this to somebody? Would you mind waiting a bit? Would you mind waiting a bit? Somebody is not being very sensible with their conversation. So instead of saying, you don't make sense, simply say, could you clarify what you mean by that? Could you clarify what you mean by that? You're not finding the thing whole sensible, or you're not being able to make a sense out of it. So simply say, could you clarify what you mean by that? Could you clarify what you mean by that? Whatever is another very common expression we end up saying out of many conversations. We end up saying, do whatever you want, whatever, isn't it? I'm sure you've heard people using it and you've used it yourself as well. Whatever. Instead of saying whatever, say very politely, I'll leave that decision up to you. I'd leave that decision up to you. I'd leave that decision up to you. Whatever, do whatever you want. So instead of saying that, just say, I'll leave that decision up to you. None of your business. It's none of your business. Don't we use this often? It's none of your business. Instead of saying that, there's a wonderful way of conveying the similar thought. You can say, I'd prefer to keep this matter private. I'd prefer to keep this matter private. Sounds nice, polite, and very articulate. I'd prefer to keep this matter private. You can tell people that it's not their business, they are not supposed to interfere in your life. So the best way to say that to them is, I prefer to keep this matter private. Similarly, leave me alone is another expression which you use quite often. Leave me alone. Leave me alone, isn't it? In the same manner as we dealt with it's none of your business, we are going to say, I'd prefer some time to myself right now. I'd prefer some time to myself right now. That's a very polite way and very nice and a very neat manner of telling somebody that right now I want to be alone. So I'd prefer some time to myself right now. Simply say, I'd prefer some time to myself at the moment. It is not harsh at all. When you are giving instructions to somebody or you want a task done, you say, do it now. Simply you end up saying, do it now. Instead of saying that, make a polite request like, would you be able to do this now? Would you be able to do this now? Is it possible for you to do it right now? Would you be able to complete it right now? So simply say, would you be able to do this now? I hope you're writing these sentences down. Once you write something down, it simply gets stored in your memory. Okay, so make sure you're writing these polite and nice sentences down. Tell me can simply be substituted with could you let me know? Instead of saying a blunt tell me, could you let me know? Could you let me know? Could you let me know about this? Simple. You are wrong. When you think that somebody is not right with their views, you say you're wrong. The best way to substitute it is I see it differently, and it's my favorite one. I see it differently. When my point of view doesn't match yours, so instead of saying somebody that they are wrong, say I see it differently. I see it differently. Similarly, you are late is a little harsh. You're late. You can very easily substitute it by saying, I was expecting you a bit earlier. Isn't that so beautiful? I was expecting you a bit earlier. Instead of bluntly saying to the person you are late, be polite and nice and say, I was expecting you a bit earlier. Simply, I was expecting you a bit earlier. Do it quickly or finish the work quickly. Do it faster. Replace it by saying, would you mind speeding up a little? Would you mind speeding up a little? Instead of just putting it on the person to do it quickly or anything, just say, would you mind speeding up a little? Would you mind speeding it up a little? Somebody has come to meet you and they look worn out. Maybe they are unhappy or something has happened to them. So you end up saying you look terrible or you look horrible. Don't say that. Simply say you seem a little tired today or you seem a bit tired today. Don't say that you look horrible. Say you seem a bit tired today. You look a little worn out today. That's the way. Alright, so this was all about today's session. Today you've learned some very nice, polite sentences to improve your English speaking skills. If you've repeated them after me and noted them down, then you're definitely going to use them whenever you get a chance. And if you are still waiting for the right time to speak up, then I would say start today. There is never the right time. You just have to make a decision to do that. If you need a little bit more of assistance from my side and you want to join my classes, then you can simply write an email to me and let me know about yourself. What kind of level do you feel you're at? And otherwise, I would say that self-learning and using these kind of techniques is the best way to step up from your beginner's level. So I hope this session was helpful for you, and I'll keep posting such free sessions for all of you. Till then, take care of yourself, keep practicing your English, and keep improving your personality in order to build your confidence. Okay guys, I'll see you later. Bye bye for now.